Welcome back to Bedtime Stories with Eli, and the topic of today's bedtime story is to appear more attractive, you must be less reactive. That rhymes. One more time. To appear more attractive, you must be less reactive. This is probably one of the most crucial lessons any man and woman on this planet can learn, which will better you in every way of your life. It'll make you more attractive. It'll, help you accomplish anything you want in the business world, and it'll also help you find that right life partner if you're seeking to find a life partner. So let's get to this Reddit posting here. I thought this was very inspirational. This is from the subreddit Seduction. And the original poster states in the title, to appear more attractive, you must become less reactive. Don't get pulled into the trap of trying to respond logically to illogical comments. Instead, try pausing prior to responding to other people. There are people out here on social media, YouTube, and other social media platforms that just try to say anything to you to trigger you for a reaction just to get attention, right? Those are some things that you shouldn't react to. And quite frankly, as a man and a woman, but more so men, because women are naturally going to be more emotional than men. Because women, like I always say, respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. Then they reason with logic afterwards, right? But yeah, if you're a man, having emotional self-control is one of the best ways to separate yourself from other men that lose their emotional shit. And that way you stand out. You're more attractive to women. You're more attractive to employers. You're more attractive to just anyone and everyone because you got a grip on your emotional shit, right? That is extremely, extremely important. So let's read what he wrote here. One of the most powerful things that a pause can convey is the fact that you are not being reactive. Right. I just took a pause there. And sometimes you can pause to really emphasize what you're about to say and really give someone the feeling of how you're feeling. Whenever I do these videos, the way that I speak is how I actually feel, and the way I present, my stories, and the way I speak, like I said, is with passion and emphasis, so that way you know how I'm truly feeling. I'm being genuine. This is the way I actually feel. You can hear it in my tone of voice besides seeing my expression, right? Or expressions, right? A short pause or silence before you respond to another person shows that you are grounded and not easily shaken or made uncomfortable by their words or the situation. I've been on some live stream panels on YouTube in the past. I don't go anymore. These were drama channels, right? And they try to trigger me on purpose. And I knew they were trying to do it once I figured out the game out here on YouTube, right? And they would ask me questions that they were trying to get me to answer that were unreasonable questions. Or they would make statements, calling me these names and stuff. And all I would say, I would take a pause. I would pause and say, well, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. Right? And guess what? The people that were trying to trigger me instead got triggered by me for me being cool, calm, and collective. Right? So that's one aspect of, being less reactive or not even being reactive at all is going to set you leaps and bounds ahead of other people. Okay? It also gives you time to collect your thoughts and not respond in a purely emotional way, especially if you're a man. If you overreact emotionally, that makes you look really bad. Women, it's okay. Women get away with it for many reasons because, number one, they're women and they're emotional beings. Number two, most men out there will give any cute woman the time of day for just looking cute. So us guys can't get away with that. We could be a hot, sexy guy, and if we are emotionally fucked and come off that way, then we won't even get the woman, even if we're good looking and emotionally messed up, right? So it's more important. You guys got to get your emotional shit together. That's the thing. That's the most important thing. In some cases, it is okay to even completely dismiss something or not respond to it at all, especially if it is illogical. That's true. Like a lot of people on social media, especially YouTube, they try to make reaction videos or get you on their live stream panels and talk shit about you to try and trigger you on purpose to get a reaction, to entertain their audience, and to also make themselves feel better because they lack emotional self-control, they lack self-worth, and they lack self-happiness, right? So don't give them that, right? Okay. Especially if it, so I read in some cases it is okay to even completely dismiss something or not respond to it at all, especially if it is illogical, non-meaningful, or only being done to provoke you. Right. And the people that try to provoke you are doing it because they're miserable within themselves and they have nothing better to offer this world than trying to entertain other people and trying to make themselves feel better by provoking you to get a reaction from you. Don't give it to them. Be emotionally strong. Okay? Don't react to it. Great points so far here. You can frame something as being so far-fetched or ridiculous that it is not even worth acknowledging. Right. In some, in the past, we've all made mistakes, right? When I first came out on YouTube many years ago, I fed into so many things because I was new to YouTube and I was just trying to figure things out. But I quickly learned that being on YouTube is very similar to real life. It's just a digital audience globally, and there are a lot more people you can deal with on any given day because of that, right? But I learned that one of the key factors to being a successful YouTuber or successful on social media is to just ignore the BS, rise above it, right? Okay? And most importantly, don't get triggered. The person that wins online and offline is the one that doesn't get triggered. Okay? And that goes for both men and women. And it's much harder for women to not get triggered because they're emotional beings. Okay? But again, the person that doesn't get triggered will always win. Okay? That's why these people that are immature and insecure, grown-ass adults, especially the men out here on YouTube, that's why these people try to trigger you, because if they can successfully trigger you when they know you're in a better place than they are, you're better looking than them, and you're better than them in all ways, if they can trigger you, it makes them feel better because they successfully kicked down someone that they perceive to be better than them, right? Don't give them that. You ignore that. You got to learn that these people are only trying to provoke you because they wish they could be you. And they're unhappy deep within. They're miserable. Okay? You can frame something as being so far-fetched or ridiculous that it is not even worth acknowledging. Many guys make the mistake of reacting to other people's judgments by instantly qualifying themselves. They become either defensive or unnecessary, apologetic over something that another person may have took the slightest offense to or disregard or disagreed with it. Okay, yeah, makes sense. A defensive posture communicates that one is not self-secure. It's a huge insecurity. Great way to put it. You said not self-secure, I say insecure. Okay? Someone that gets on the defensive and overreacts emotionally, especially if it's a man, it's an insecurity. And I will admit, I've had some of those moments in the past. And I've worked through it. And I've become a lot stronger because of it. Okay? Great points here. While an overly apologetic reaction shows a lack of conviction as well as confidence in yourself. If you make a mistake, whether you're a man or a woman, the right thing to do is to own it and apologize. Because if not, people won't respect you and they won't trust you. Right? Okay? But if you are overly apologetic and you do it for the wrong reasons, meaning that, if you're a guy and you're with a woman and, she's overreacting, right? And it's her fault, not your fault, but you apologize to her to try to make her feel better, okay? That's not the right thing to do. She's not going to respect you. You've done nothing wrong, okay? And you're not being a man when you're doing that. A real man, no matter what his woman's going through, if she's having a rough moment, if she's like overly emotional and being ridiculous, right? Okay? You can have sympathy for her, but give her some tough love. She'll appreciate you more. Like I do this for my lady. I said, baby, listen, I care about you. You're an amazing woman, right? But you're being ridiculous. You're wasting your energy right now. Stop crying. I know it's okay to cry every now and then, but baby, relax. I'm here for you. Feel my strength, right? Right? And when you stand up to your woman like that, she knows you're not kissing her ass, and she knows what you're worth. And she knows that if she doesn't turn things around, that you may end up leaving her, right? And you got to be okay with that. You got to be secure within yourself. Not like this guy says here, communicates that one is not self-secure or insecure. You got to be secure, okay? Only apologize when necessary. But a lot of these guys that are insecure, they don't apologize even when it is necessary. So that's another bad thing you got to fix. Such behavior can also convey neediness, where you so heavily desire the other person to like or accept you that you are willing to change what you say. Well, that's another way of saying what I said in the last message. Or like you said, with an overly apologetic reaction shows a lack of conviction, right? You're basically doing whatever it takes to try to keep the person around, even if you've done nothing wrong, right? You're apologizing for no reason, trying to make her feel better, right? It's a wrong thing to do if you have nothing to apologize for. Eventually, she'll lose respect for you for, not standing up for yourself, and then she'll leave you. Let's see. And if you are willing to change what you say in order to get another person to like you, that means that you are not communicating honestly. Well, you're also insecure, you're weak, you're needy, you're desperate, and it's going to get you dumped eventually, because women are attracted to a man's strength, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and they are repelled by the weakness of a man, okay? You're just displaying a bunch of weakness here, and that repels women quicker than anything, okay? And if a person does not feel like you are truly being your honest self with them, then they won't trust you, respect you, or find you attractive. Hey! You took the words out of my mouth, brother. Well said. So the next time you feel the need, I think you meant to say to instead of that. So the next time you feel the need to instantly blurt out an emotional retort to someone, try pausing first instead. And then it shares a link to a full video on this topic, but I don't display these on the screen when I do it in my bedroom. Yeah, very well said. To the point of where I'm not even going to read any comments. Maybe the first line of this long first comment. I think this is good advice and can be used by anyone as a tip. Amen. I agree. And I'm not going to read any more because this person wrote this so beautifully, and I pretty much agree with most of it. Yeah, well said. So, hope you all learned something new here. Okay, if you need to watch this video over and over again, this is a very important topic. If you learn how to handle this will change your life instantly in all aspects. Your dating life, your life with your friends, your family, and even it'll change your life in the workforce. Everything will get better for you and when you start handling things this way. With that being said, I want to thank you all for taking the time to view this video. Another video is coming to this channel soon. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications. Have an amazing night's sleep. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.